Was he trying to create a community? Like, what's going on? Like, they don't have no shared kids. So I'm just trying to figure this thing out. And I said, okay, just to keep peace. And so, I was the youngest out of all of them as it was. And I was like, so if I wild out, I'm just gonna look like this wretched
Right, right,
youngin,
right, right.
wilding out over something that they feel like they are overly matured or more mature than I am in the situation. But it still won't right because I felt like if I
No,
would
Gina,
have, if I had not,
yeah, that is like how long did that go on before you actually
all the years
addressed?
we were married together,
Gee, come on
all
now.
the years, all the years.
Did
And
you ever
then I,
say did you ever say anything outside of when everything was over, like when the game night was over? Did you never addressed it,
of course I did.
and it just
But
kept going on?
again, but again, it was seeming like I was being immature out of the crowd
Well, what in
because
the world would have happened if you had brought one of your exes over? That's the whole thing. That's
I already know he couldn't handle that. I knew
right.
that, and I
Yeah,
wouldn't put him in that position because
yeah. I mean, of course,
when
you don't
you
be
when you
spiteful. Absolutely.
right, so when you have exes along, that's when pretty much everybody want to go back down memory lane. Nobody want to hear about that. That was back in y'all past. I don't want to hear that trash.
Uh, okay, back Jenny, you married to a good man. You married to a good
You know.
man. I hear a little bit of that come out.
But I'm just trying to figure out.
Yeah, I heard a little bit that it seemed like you went back to 1999 or whatever. I'm messing whatever that day
Yeah,
was. 'Cause I
yeah,
heard
because
you seem
I'm
like you
like,
was in the moment. You seem like you went right back to that moment.
right. It's like, and sometimes like digging in the X Files do that to you. But
Yeah.
I'm
Gotta be
like,
careful. You have to be careful of that sometimes when we start going back remembering. It can be like it can turn the
hmm
hand of time back like we're right in that moment. Yeah, so yeah, you're right.
yeah.
You're right. So
So I feel like, do unto others as you, do unto others,
yeah.
you know.
I mean, but I mean that was big of you because you could really have which in some situations I think that is it's okay. I think sometimes we do give a lot of ourselves away in those situations because sometimes when you try to placate, when you're so much of a giver, people will take you for granted. Because and Gina, with
hmm
them in the room, they know there's something right about that shouldn't have felt right. They should have known. You just, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. But and what they were probably seeing is how much you would allow, and when you didn't press back, unfortunately, the
And
adults in the
then
room, yeah,
I was put in another situation with the same person, and this time we weren't together. And I haven't met Bay yet, but he had a girlfriend, well, a fiance at the time, and they were having this little shindig. And it seemed like whenever they invite the girls want to drag mom along, and I don't want to go. But it's like, they don't want to go unless mama go. So when, I just went out, for, with them, and I get there, and this thing, his fiance also invited me to the shindig, but she didn't tell me, oh yeah, by the way, my family is coming down. So when we come in there, it's like she introduced, hey, this is this is his kids, and this is their mom. So when that happened, it seemed like you could hear a pin drop,
yeah, yeah. Wow,
and I
wow.
felt very uncomfortable.
Yeah, gee, that's a lot, gee. I'm glad that you got through that situation and was able to. Well, that's the one thing I've always noticed about you is the ability to, I think, buffer a lot. Is because not to say something. And then one thing
Yeah.
too, Gina, I think you kind of know that you're that kind of person that I don't want you to go red because I've never seen red, Gina. I don't know if that's a good person. I don't know if that's
It's not. It is not. It really ain't. Ain't gonna lie. Ain't gonna sit here and say, oh no, it ain't good. It's not.
In all my years, I think the closest we ever came is that you won't go in red, but it was so funny when you was giving us that project to do. You know, when we were for relationship
Oh
maintenance.
no, that was you that went red that night.
Nah,
I
that
said,
was you.
oh shoot.
Nah,
I said, I'm about to, you
I'm
about to
like,
whip me with the scriptures.
see, we had two people. We had two people that say that they didn't hear it, and you were still like, I did see it. Like, okay, G, we just gotta let this go because it was like you determined that, and probably to this day, that is still unresolved. Yeah, we had this thing. She was doing this thing with relationship and for relationship maintenance when we have a live when she ran through it, and so you had to give the drawing. You had to draw what the person was saying. So I was drawing what she was saying, but I'm like, gee, you didn't say that. He's like, Pastor, you was like, Pastor Mouth, I did say that. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. This is like, we gotta let this go. 'Cause
I
that
was
was
like,
hilarious because we could not come to a resolve of whether she or not she had said it or not. Oh my goodness. And that went on for a minute. I was like, gee, come on. And that like the person sitting there like and the person like, I don't believe she said it either. She was like, I don't care what y'all say, y'all both wrong. I've got y'all just said
right.
you're right.
It turned to that moment of coming back to America when they was in the barber shop. He said, no, you didn't. Yes, I did. No, you did not.
So yeah, look, that was just a slight moment. So and that was fun. That's just us. But yeah,
Yeah,
and sometimes you just have to know yourself. And sometimes for the
yeah,
sake, and sometimes unfortunately, some people can say, "Well, you weak or whatever," but no, what you're doing is you're just making sure that situation don't go left. I mean, that was the adult thing to do.
right,
Yeah, because it
right.
probably would have turned ratchet real quick if you had decided to like go
Yeah. Well,
to
see,
go
my
there.
thing is, I adapt to my environment a lot, and what happens when you do that is people start taking advantage of you, and so when they start becoming a norm to them,
Lady
it really
Rita.
makes you.
Good morning. I was
It,
about to say good morning, Frederica. Good evening, Frederica. Golly.
Hey.
it,
Hey, hey.
it was really about to set it off up in that piece. But the thing is, they would have went home. They would have went home, and I would have dealt with that smoke,
Right,
after the
right,
fact, after they gone. But it was like my feelings was not considered at all,
right.
at
Yeah, I'm gonna
all.
tell you one thing. One thing I know about James, he takes up to you 10,000. I'm like, man, this brother, you can't say. I said somebody was joking one time. He said, "No, it ain't like that. My baby really ain't like that." I'm like, bro, you a real one. Like, I'm like,
They do
James
that
White
real
loves
quick.
himself, and he won't let anything go by, no kind of slight or nothing go by when it comes to you.
Hmm.
That is, I don't know if I've ever seen that on that level. I don't know. I said something. I was joking, and she said, "Nah, nah, my baby really not like that." I'm like, okay, all right.
Right, and this has been the greatest time that we start noticing changing in everybody in on RMF, because of the fact that how me and 202 was always at it. So I just know I'm so glad that everything had feathered out before James came into the picture.
Oh no, I know. Oh my goodness, war. What is it here for? Absolutely nothing. Oh my God. Because you can't say nothing about you. Not when he around. No, sir. No, I love it. I
No.
mean, he protects you 1,000.
Yes, he does.
Now he has a really good example too, but he had it because he just came from towing from the rain, so he ended up taking a shower. But
Oh
he
yeah,
wanted to share his example too once he come out.
yeah. And gee,
So,
just so go ahead, A.
well, no, I was just going to say, so what the topic is doing. What was the topic again?
Like when you
It's
go ahead, you can say it, G.
you can go ahead, Pastor Miles.
No, it's like when the same when you're doing something, like if somebody does something, and like when they do something, it's supposed to, it's okay, but when you do it back, it's not reciprocated. So it's, yeah. So it's just like, say for instance, you walking down the street and you do see somebody that you know from your past, and you say, "Hey, what's up?" And then your significant like, "Why you still talking to them?" But then, you go back and they see somebody that they know and they used to date someone, they hug them or whatever, and you say something to them, it's like, then they say it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, um, you know, when the same respect is not given in situations, when the tolerances are different, really, when the same mutual respect is not given in situations, and I would say probably compromising situations where, and that's about the best one I can think of, because we probably all been in situations. I don't want to say we all been in situations, but we know how tense of those situations can be. Like if you see an ex, someone in your past, and how you respond to that. How do you respond to that, especially if your significant other is with you. In some situations where you sharing children, of course we're not talking about that. I'm just talking about like a random y'all on the street somewhere, or a text come in, a call come in, and it's that person that you had in your past is on the other line or sending that text.
So just like a look, like the little nuance type of
yeah, yeah.
issue.
How you handle
Okay.
that, bro? How you handle that? Because some people go out, like, why they texting you? Like,
Mm-hmm. You going to clean off?
Right.
right?
Well,
So,
Well,
I think it's to me it's something that when I look at it now, you're trying to control something that you can't control, and I think that's where I think
that's
what
good.
it's boiling down to. It's really about control, and then some you have to look at the person, where they come from, the upbringing. If they have both fathers, or if they have a father and a mother in the house, or if they single parents, or of that nature. So a lot of that to me is more of a more not a control, but it's just an issue where something that you something that they want you to control, something that you can't control. So
Can't
once you're
control it,
doing
bro.
that, yeah. So once you get to that point, that's when they're trying to I guess put you in a box,
Right,
so that
exactly.
you can't do anything, and then it makes it seem like that you always going overboard, and then they'll try to make it seem like that situation is minor, but when they get around a whole lot of people, they make it major, and try
Oh
to
my
make you feel
God,
like
bro.
you the issue, that you the problem, you the reason why things are not working out. So I think
Because they need an audience.
yeah.
that
Yeah,
it's a little narcissistic. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
little narcissistic, but when you really looking at it, they want you to put this leash around you to try to make you think you can control it when you really can't control it. So, and I think that's where I look at it in that aspect. I can't control something that you want me to control that I can't control, but you want me to try to control it so you can control me at the same time. But no, that's the thing I look at it. So, but it when it comes down to that, man, I don't really. I will say it, I recognize it, and then I would, if the person receives it, if they don't receive it, then I know where I can go, what boundaries I am able to go with that person. But at the end of the day, this, I think it's more of a control, something that you can't control, but they want you to try to control it.
and that's true. I mean, because you really can't. I mean, you really can't. When random things like that happen, it's right. If you gonna jump off, like for instance, I know, like my ex-wife Renee, she wrote me just recently, because she retired, and really the reason she wrote me, she just wrote me. She said, just to say thank you, because I had when she was getting ready to go to grad school, I had went to UNC Greensboro to get her the paperwork to get started, and so when she retired, she just wrote and said, hey, I just appreciate, as I retired, just appreciate doing that. But I immediately went back to Vincella and say, look, Renee wrote, and this is what she said, so yeah, so I mean that's the whole thing. I think if it's open, if you're open about it, I think that cuts down. I think how you respond to it. You know, because when you start saying, if I had to say to my mind, well, I don't really want to say anything to Michelle because I don't want her to get, upset or whatever. Then you start, you're putting kindling on the fire that's going to burn pretty soon. Because if it ever comes up, like it comes up 2 months later, 3 months later, when Renee wrote me, she's like, wait a minute, when she writes you, I mean, she's not even that kind of, Michelle's not that kind of person. But, if you address it up front, if you address something up front, think that helps it too. But some people just, and then I saw this TikTok. It was so funny. This woman, she was we had talked about this on another relationship maintenance. She was bored because her husband was doing everything ran the house right. So she was just walking around the house looking for stuff. So she said, "I know he hadn't took the trash out, but he had took the trash out." She says, "I can't be mad about that." He said, "I'm not going to. It's going to be tore up." Well, they cleaned up the room. So she was just frustrated because she couldn't find anything to be upset about. So he came in, he was in a good mood or whatever, and then he took his toothbrush and he laid it on the sink, but he had forgot something. Oh my God, she got so happy. She went off about the toothbrush. She like, I gotta find something to go off on. So some people, it's unfortunately, some people are already they look for moments of confrontation. Because I think sometimes things can be taken way out of context. But if you got that type of personality where you're just confrontational, sometimes no matter how you look at it, even if you're trying to reciprocate the same type of respect or whatever, if it's a confrontational person, that's the confrontation. And it's just hard to sometimes it's hard to avoid it because if a person likes confrontation, the confrontation is coming. I mean, you can't stop it. It's just it's
Yeah.
like Abe said, some people just and that confrontational spirit sometimes can be a controlling spirit because if you got a person who's confrontational, a person who's not confrontational, normally the confrontational person is the dominant, and the non-confrontational person normally is taking the brunt of it because they always trying to smooth things over. So I think if you got to have a balance in that because if you never say anything, that's a bad light that's getting ready to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And see, this was Lady Rika's topic.
Oh yeah, it's your topic, Freddie. That's what Gina said talking about this.
What you say? I'm sorry. What did you
I
say?
I said this is your topic.
About what?
We
Hey, lady. I'm sorry. Which are you talking about the thing that I
repeat.
sent?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Where one thinks it's okay for them to do things, but whenever it happens to them, it's not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be mature to be able to handle if you're going to be together and you run into somebody's ex because the world is not as big as you think it is.
It sure
Mhm.
is not. It is
You
really
know,
not. It is really
it's not
not.
as big as you think it is, and you can run into people, and it's just a matter of, hey, how you doing? You don't have to carry on a conversation, but I think maybe you need to check the box and see how people think whenever you're dating. Hey, if I ran into my ex and I just spoke, how would you feel about what would be your reaction to that? Be honest, because
Hmm.
my youngest one said, no, you ain't. That's your past, so you ain't got no business speaking.
Whoa,
Yeah, you have some people like that.
And
God,
I
that's
think that to
tense.
me, I think that's control.
That is
He said
control.
that's your past. So why are you talking to your past? But it's just a salutation. It's not like
Hmm.
we hugging and saying what's up. Can we get together and catch up? It's just in passing. Hey, how you doing? Good.
Yeah.
And just keep it moving. He was
Right.
like, nah, don't even say hey.
Do you think he's the same way? Do you think he would treat her the same way? I mean, I know you know your son. If he saw somebody from his past, do you think he would just keep walking by?
Uh, I don't think he would.
Right. That's the whole thing. It's like, man, you got to be reciprocal with that. If you don't want that person to do it, then
Yeah.
you can't have that double standard. I think that's bad if it's a double standard. Yeah. Yeah, that's a but if you have a strong personality, some people can just get away with stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? People with strong
Right.
personalities, they seem to, people with the strongest personality seem to set boundaries in relationship. because they're
Yep.
more vocal. So they'll set the boundary. And if you're not vocal, you'll end up falling in whatever boundaries that they set. And that's um, you know, going to spiritual, that's almost like witchcraft when somebody's controlling
Yes,
you to that
I
point
agree.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
scared to say the thing. That's witchcraft, man. Yeah.
yeah. That's being very crafty. That's subtle, and that's the only reason why I said what I said, because that's how you got to look at it. Because not I would say 9 times out of 10, but majority of the times, if that's happening, it's always a bad outcome, and then the person that received that negative outcome, now
Mhm.
they're guard their heart, trying to guard what they're saying or whatever it is.
That's right. That's right.
Now,
Yeah.
that to me like it already happened to me, but I know that's not me, so I can do that, but you can't do that to me. Nah, you got a lot of hurt and pain that you had not really dealt with. And now that you're doing that, now you're trying to, like you said, you want to control something that you can't control.
Right,
That's it.
right,
Yeah.
right, right.
Yeah.
Me and Bay we always talk about the hard stuff, but I was like, we was talking about if one of our exes passed, and
Mm.
like how would we feel if, like, if the person ex that passed either grieved about it or went to the funeral, how would we feel about that?
Oh,
And
good, 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 good.
right, right. So that's like a tough subject.
I think I think I go back to Renee, and I told Vincella this. I'm still her mom is still, I still love her mom. I still, Grace, I'm always love Miss Grace. That's her mom, because her mom has just been that type of person. And I want Miss Grace to live until she's 130. But I think that's one where I would definitely because because it wasn't a tense situation, when a bad situation. There's no nothing between me and Renee, but me and Miss Grace. I think that as a she was always a good mother-in-law. So I think I would but I would definitely run it by. I would just, if something happened, I don't even like losing that example. Let me just lose, because I can't even think about Miss Grace like that, man. But but I'm just saying, if there's like that would be one of the situations. If there was, if and this is especially if y'all have been together for a minute. I'm not talking, not somebody you dating now. If it's somebody you dating, it's
Right.
like that's
Yeah.
shaky. Like, no, you shouldn't. But if y'all been married, y'all got kids and stuff like that, yeah, I think you got to have the matureness in you. Should it's like, hey,
Exactly.
that person had
Exactly.
a life before me. That person had a family. They had some good, and that loss is probably affecting them in some way because of that relationship. Um, but yeah, I mean, but then you have to deal with the fact, if your spouse says, "I don't want you to go," you got to deal with Bishop preaching on Sunday. You got to go with your spouse. You just that's a. I know it's a hard saying, but if your spouse says, "I really don't feel comfortable with you going into that environment," if you really walk it out on the covenant, like in a covenant relationship with your spouse, you really shouldn't go. I mean, if your spouse says, "I don't feel comfortable with you going," that's just my opinion. Is that your current marriage is the marriage that you're in? That person you have to give priority to.
Yeah.
Look, I went to a funeral where of a gentleman who died, and I'm not telling any fib. This man had about 10 of his past girlfriends at his funeral.
That's the only way they're gonna come. He had to be in the casket, because that ain't gonna work.
He had about 10 of his ex-girlfriends that showed up at
Wow,
his funeral.
wow,
He
yeah.
must have been a good man.
Oh yeah, he was a good man. And then it didn't help that he was good looking.
He must take care of them. All 10 of them taking care of.
Yeah, he
Was he married? Was he married at the time?
Yes, he actually was married when he died.
Man, that's
So
hard
he
on
had
the
his
wife.
wife,
God, that's hard on the
and
wife.
he had his wife, and he had all of his past women, part of them that was there.
I hate it for the wife, man. That's a God. That's got to be something. Yeah, everybody falling by the casket, falling in the casket because they all in love with him. Like, yeah, that's Jesus, like that's too much.
Mm.
That's too much. There are 10 women falling in asking and booing hooing. Yeah. The wife is the one I feel sorry for in that situation. Yeah, like, come on, man. Y'all, it depends on how they treat her. Hopefully they treated her with respect. I mean, that's that because regardless of who he's been with, she's the wife. I'm always about that. Who you married to right now? Hopefully they had some. Sometimes people can be vengeful, they can be whatever, or he and
Yeah.
I might be wrong. Most women think they are the best anyway. You know what I'm saying? I don't know any women who don't think like who he married. I know I was the best, woman in his life. So women
That
tend to
part.
have high
I've only been
self-esteem.
married one time. That part.
Yeah. But it's still something you can't control, though. That's tough. You can't control. Well, it kind of remind me of the 5 heartbeats.
Oh
Uh,
God.
the red can't just be alone. You shouldn't be alone. You just slap them and say, "Get out."
Right.
Now that'll be messed up. That woman get all 10 of them to get out of there. Now
You slap that finger waves out of place.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, that's something, man. That's just it's just it's just who's setting those borders. I mean, you got to know that, and if you're gonna marry somebody with a strong personality or date somebody with a strong personality, you got to be able to handle that because the minute you start losing your voice, you're gonna be in trouble. It's gonna turn into something because if it starts with that you not if you start out by not saying something, yeah, that normally that slope gets slippery. You probably start going through a lot of stuff. Even it's like people who order for you. Like how I want that. You know what I'm saying? Like wait a minute. It's like wait a minute. Yeah, I know what my wife is having, or I know what my husband is having. Like, did you ask them? Do they want something different, or they always get? Are y'all okay with that? But or even in a dating situation, it's like, no, I don't think they're gonna like that. This is what I think they should eat. Those little things they might sound cute. They might sound like, but wow, they'll take charge kind of person. Yeah, that might be cute, but that can turn a different way, quickly. So you always make sure you have a voice. Yeah, because you start
Okay,
losing that
so
voice.
here we go again, dealing with that part. Now, dealing with losing voices, that is a creature by itself. Dealing with losing your voice is like losing yourself. You should never
Mhm.
lose your voice, no matter what. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely,
Because
bro.
I've been for a couple of seconds. I was in that situation. You know me, I spoke up. I'm like, hold up, you don't know what I want. But in the same token, that person was trying to be nice because I was trying to go to the bathroom, wash my hands. But the same token, in a different situation, there are people out there that's trying to take your voice that you can't take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's in a lot of different relationships where there are women out there that does that. And I don't know if they like, okay, I love you, I'm trying to take care of you, or you just gonna sit there and be quiet while I order for you. It
Yeah.
can go in two bad ways.
Yeah, it can,
So
bro. Yeah. Yeah.
so when that situation, without things blowing up, how will you approach that? How will you tell that person that's not what I wanted and I don't want you to talk for me? I mean,
Uh,
basically, actually, that's
I
what I
think you
would
should
say
be able to
straight
say
out.
it. I mean,
But
exactly.
hopefully you should be able to say it,
you should say
especially.
it.
Yeah, just say it. I mean, if they can't handle it, then that's a flag. If you can't say that, that's not, I know you can just say, I know you're trying to be nice, but I really would prefer
Mm.
just to make my own choice. If they,
See,
if they
yeah,
go off
that's
the
real
deep
nice
on
right
you
that,
there.
you you said that the nice way, Pastor Miles.
Okay,
Exactly.
then, okay, Gina. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
here. I was on a date one time and I ordered, and the gentleman came up and said, "What would you like to drink?" And the first thing I said sweet tea, but I had opened up the menu and saw that they had Pepsi products. And I was like, "Oh,"
okay,
I said, "I'm gonna get me a Pepsi." I said, "Give me a Pepsi." So my date said, "No, bring her a sweet tea."
No.
And I looked at the waiter and I said, "No, bring me a Pepsi."
Oh
And so my date said, I said, bring her a sweet tea.
oh God, really?
I looked at the waiter. I said, sir, I said, bring me a Pepsi. That man looked at my date and said, sir, do you see the way she's looking at me? I'm
I
bringing
know
her a
that's right.
Pepsi.
Pepsi. I
Right,
know that's
right,
right.
right.
And then whenever the waiter left, he told me, you know what's in Pepsi, right? You know what's in Pepsi. How they
But I
make
don't care.
Pepsi. I said, I don't care. Just like he tried to tell me about eating at cookouts. If you gonna be you gonna be my woman, you ain't gonna be eating at no cookout. I said, excuse me? You
All right,
know
too
that ain't
bad I'm
real
not
meat.
then.
You know that ain't
Too bad
real
I'm
meat.
not
I
your
said,
woman.
and half of the other food that's being served in other restaurants, I will be eating at
Oh,
cookouts.
that's it. I know that's like, look, we get. I'm ready. As a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to get from the table now and go to cookouts. That's what.
See, don't do that. You see another side of me.
Yeah, when people take your voice away, if you allow it, but if you
Yeah.
ever
If
allow
you
it,
allow it. Yep.
that's hard to pull back from it. It's hard to pull back. Or when you try, or then when you try to have a voice, then they look at you like, "What you talking about? Why are you trying to say something now?" Like, no. But if you start that way, is yeah, you gotta be able to you gotta see those things. If you see those things kind of happening, yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta go ahead and say something up front. Because if you don't, it's that slope is gonna be it's gonna get real steep real fast. It does. Because then
Yeah.
you'll become an okay person. Yeah, yeah.
I'm a
But I
different
promise
breed.
you, if I was to do the same thing to him, oh, it would have been an explosion. That's just the type of person he is. Just like that thing I sent out. It's okay for them to do it to you, but as soon
Well,
as you
Yeah,
do it to them, oh, it's
right.
the 4th of July.
well, wait a minute, Fred. So what is this like a first date or
Oh,
y'all
that's a
been in
good
a date
question.
for a while?
I mean, I've known him for a little while, but just I don't even want to say it was a date. It's just kind of how we get together and catch up and see how each
Oh,
other's
okay,
doing. I
okay.
mean,
Okay.
he really does like me. He really does.
Well,
But
maybe he was looking out for you because maybe you had said something in the past about now maybe he was just trying to say, you know what,
No,
something I just
that's a
can't
negative.
find what I want to do. If I don't know what I want to do, I can't choose if I want tea or Pepsi, and I know Pepsi ain't good for me. Let me try to,
Abe, that's not what happened, boo.
so he's
That's
saying,
a negative, Abe.
I really care for her so much
He been
that
controlling, Abe.
even though both of them, even though tea is caffeine and Pepsi's got caffeine in it, they both not too much good for it because they got sugar in it. Let me
But
try
yeah,
to.
I mean, yeah, that's like, bro, if you're gonna drink sweet
That
tea, yeah,
conversation
you
is
might as
back
well
to
drink the
normal.
Pepsi. Ain't nothing. The
Oh,
only thing that's different is the carbonate.
oh,
Maybe that's what he was trying to do. Maybe yeah.
No, no,
no, it's control.
no.
You know how I feel about
Mm-mm.
control.
Right.
Now, if he, now, Abe, if he want to eat healthy and all that, and I ain't feeling it, I want what I want. Then I'm pretty much like, okay, you can eat healthy, but I want this. And if he'd be like, well, I don't want, okay, well, you do whatever, cause I can handle my bill. That's how. That's how.
Well, like I said, it's just a lot of ways that you got to look at it. I'm just saying, maybe.
Yeah, it is something.
Hey,
Motive, yeah,
hello,
motive, yeah, yeah.
That's
hello.
it.
No, but it was
Hey,
the way that he's very domineering. He's very
oh,
domineering.
Oh,
You
this is
know,
old,
at one
old
point
person.
when I thought I was able to be vulnerable in front of him and I'm crying over something, he comes at me like, I mean, what you doing all that crying for? You supposed to be a woman of God. You know the power that land.
Oh,
I'm like, okay,
trying to remind.
no. Mm-mm.
y'all,
Mm-mm.
Ready? No, I know you stop crying instantly. You probably your whole everything probably.
No,
Look, I got up and I left. I got up and I left.
When he say you supposed to be a woman of God, that's like, bro, that's like the worst thing
He
you can
didn't
say.
chase you.
What
he
was
said
that?
he ain't
So,
chase you.
what you say, G?
he
They
didn't,
said, did he he ain't chase you?
he didn't put no tank on, baby. I deserve.
No.
Oh God, I hadn't heard this song. Maybe I deserve. Oh my goodness, I hadn't heard
Oh
that
my
in a
God.
minute. Oh my goodness.
But Bay,
It's
Bay
about old
trying to,
insecurity.
Bay trying to say I'm still the same way.
Huh?
I don't think I'm the same way.
You
Not
the
with
same way?
him.
How G? How he
Hold
say
on,
you the same way?
look, let me tell y'all something about my baby. That's right. I got the phone now.
Not
Uh,
not to let me tell you something.
yeah, let me tell y'all something. What it is that sometimes, like, okay, like she said about dealing with eating healthy. I'm trying to eat healthier, but there's sometimes there's things that she won't. And I'm like, well, baby, no, dealing with certain things, let's not eat that right now. Let's eat the healthy food and stuff. I don't want that. So I'm looking at her like, you know what? Okay, you can have that, but I'm trying to be healthy. So
Oh
she
my
want
God,
what she want at the time when she want it.
Right.
And
Jesus.
my thing is, it's fine. You can have whatever you want as long as I'm getting food. I don't care.
Oh my God.
Cause like I told her, I said, as long as I'm working, we're gonna eat regardless, whatever it is.
Gee whiz. Well, that's
Yeah, she
good.
don't
Well, I
like.
mean, that was caring though, James.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was. It was.
yeah,
But
but
this guy
sometimes
wasn't
with
like that. I
sometimes with fellas,
mean,
we just gotta let go.
yeah,
Let
let
God,
go and get
what we
hit.
call it, let go, let God,
Stop.
let God, let go.
Stop.
Let go, let God.
Wait, did you say let go and get hit? Did you? I know I didn't hear you say that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pastor. I was saying, Lord Jesus.
Oh, I'm being controlling. I'm sorry.
Oh, she said, let go,
But
get hit.
pray,
I'm being
Bishop, what you're
controlling.
saying is if
No,
we
I don't lay hands.
control
I
you
don't
want,
lay hands.
yeah, you do.
Oh,
Called it out. You called it out. But that's
oh
control.
God. Mm.
That is
That's all you got.
hilarious.
Sometimes you got to lay hands.
Eat the cake out of me. Eat the cake.
You
Oh
can't
my
animate.
God.
You can't.
Oh, if you don't eat the bread with them corners on it,
Oh my goodness.
No, you did not say the corners.
the corners.
Jesus.
Oh my
All the
God.
greatest said.
Oh God. So
Yeah, but
Well,
that
what
was
about
good. That was
money
good.
issues? About how about reciprocating with money? When that should the woman always expect the man to pay?
No, absolutely not.
no, no.
No,
No,
no.
okay.
Because
Okay,
when
not with
we
some of
flip
us.
flop.
Not with some. Now dealing with that situation there, that's kind of iffy. That's kind of iffy because you got this new generation now that want men to pay for everything. There's
No,
women, there's women our age is like, okay, if you take me out, then you pay for it. But if I ask you out, then I'll pay for it, or we go 50-50. There's so many
right.
young women now, these days of time, want you to pay for everything. Pay for their socks, their drawers, their shoes, their toothpaste, and their everything. I mean, sometimes men just can't do that because they're their own person. So they
But
need to find their own person.
but they get mad when we trying to sun them because that's what they're saying. We're sunning them.
Son in
Mm.
them, well,
What's that mean? What that mean?
It's like they want to treat us like mamas, but when we try to correct them, we're
Hell,
sunning
I gotta
them.
start laughing. Jay said,
Oh,
"Well,"
okay, okay, okay.
Jay
but see,
said, "Well."
as a real man, we don't have to worry about nobody trying to son us because we already the leader. We already showing it. We ain't got to say nothing. So the real men that steps out ain't got to worry about nobody trying to son them. Quiet now. Quiet now.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute.
Let me go get some popcorn. Hold on. Let me pop some
I know
popcorn.
that's right. I know. When a woman stand up, ain't nothing, ain't nothing you do about it. I
It
think
got
this
quiet real quick.
because I ain't never heard you talk like this.
Oh, it get worse.
I ain't never heard it before. That's the first time in a whole year now, almost.
Oh yeah. But y'all don't get it wrong. I still love my wife and
I
protect
know,
her.
but no, it's
I
just
know
good to
you
hear.
do.
It's just good to hear.
I know you do.
Yeah, I don't think I ever heard y'all have a difference of opinion.
No, we really don't most of the time because we on the same.
Yeah,
We always on the
but
same
no,
line. If
that was
not,
just bro. No, look. That's the one thing you ain't never got to. One thing you ain't never got to explain. I know how much you love your wife, bro. 100. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah,
102.5%.
I know that's right. Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's sticky. How much, how much does, how much do you, when it comes to being equal, because, and then there's some men, how about the man who won't let the wife or who won't let the girl pay for the dinner? If the woman really wants to do it, should she be allowed to if she really wants to?
Yes,
Well,
she
you know,
said if she really want to.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
she can't pick up, if he will not allow her to pick up the tab, then
right.
she can pick up the tip.
Okay,
Right.
okay,
Right.
okay,
You
okay.
know, she can give a nice tip. She can pick up the tip if he won't let her pick up the tab. Oh Lord.
That's good.
And see,
That's
and see the reason.
Or
oh what G?
or
Oh what
while he
G?
goes while he goes to the bathroom, she go ahead and take care of the bill before he get there.
Oh yeah, no, now
That
they got the
part.
thing on the table, right? Now they got the thing on the
That
table that you can
part.
just do that.
That's just sneaky. You just being sneaky.
Well, I've been sneaky. I've been sneaky. I've been sneaky. I've been known to snatch the receipt.
Oh,
I've been
Oh
known to
wow.
snatch the receipt.
I mean
Okay,
that's
well,
good.
I got a question for the men. Now dealing with myself, if they do that, I'm honored because nobody don't never pay nothing for me.
I know
Now,
that's
when
I
I
hear
met
you.
my wife, if she started doing that, when she started doing it, I was surprised. I'm like, okay, that's what's up. I know it's 50-50 now.
Yeah.
You're not just talking it, you showing it.
You
You
showing
know what I'm
it,
Yeah.
yeah.
saying? Because the way I was brought up, okay, I'm the man leader, you're supposed to take care of everything. If you can, you know what I'm saying?
God, you had a
Mm-hmm.
good
But
father, bro. You had a good example.
yeah, but I had a mama to beat the mess out of me though.
Until he met G.
Jesus.
Until he met G.
But the question is though, dealing with men, why we won't let the women pick up the bill? Is that a disrespectful thing, or
I
is
think
just
it's
something
just in the
dealing with our
South. I
ego?
think I would just talk like you were saying, Jane, that the men is that's what we're supposed to do is just take, we just supposed to do it. I think that was just almost, traditional. I don't want to say, I mean, I guess brothers in the North do it too, but in the South, it's just like, do you supposed to open, like, do you supposed to open your wife or your date? Do you open her door when you get in the car?
Nope.
It's just what's ingrained. I think it's just what's ingrained in them because my thing is, guys, start out the way you're going to finish. Don't open my door
If you can't
just to
continue with,
get me on a couple of days and then
yeah.
you don't open it anymore.
Well, I tell
Start
you
out the
what.
way you're going to finish.
I tell you
Jay,
what.
yeah,
I
Jay,
didn't.
that was too quick. Jay, like, nope.
Nope. Okay. Let me tell you something. Dealing
This
with
is the
our
second.
situation.
Hey, this is your second. Let me tell you something.
Right.
Because it has happened. This is real life here. What it is
Oh,
that I was taught to open up a door for a female or just anybody being nice, dealing with a structure or a home or a building. That type
okay, I
of
got
door.
that. Yeah, right,
Dealing
right.
with
But not the
dealing
car.
with the car door, I was never taught that until I got up with Regina. Now,
Okay,
no. And so then, no. So then, once I realized she wanted me to open the car door for her, I'm like, okay, I do it this time, but I ain't doing it no more. Cause that ain't what I do. But then, in training of the whites, in training,
and
Regina,
training.
go ahead.
No, first of all, we had went out to dinner with his mom and dad. No, it was just his dad that day. And his
No, Mama was there.
was she there? So dad opened the door for me. He looked at him like, wait a minute.
You open the door for me, like, Mama said, you need to get the door for her.
Oh my God.
And he been doing it, every now and then he'll do it, but every time he'll do it, he'll say, this is my last time doing it. But
Oh my
he
God.
just keep doing it.
So
But
I'm in training dealing with that.
doggone in training. but but at the end of the day, we kind of brought something different to each other. We both did stuff for
Right.
each other that we wasn't used to
Yeah.
from other people. That we
Mhm.
have dealt with in the past. So
Right.
You
And
know,
then
so
Vincella
it's
got
kind of surprising.
Vincella got me because I didn't realize her arms were so long. Because I opened the door for her, and she had opened my door. Like, how in the world did you reach all the way across a seat to open the door? Like, oh my god,
Right. It's
she had
long.
that reach, man. Like, oh my god, you could actually reach across the car to open the door. Like, that was new. I never dated. I had never dated about with long that had the kind of reach she had. Like, how you get that?
Right.
Oh my god, yeah. So when
Now,
I saw my
now,
door open, hopefully, it was so funny. The first time I opened, we get ready to open my door. She said, she looked at me like, "What are you doing?" I was like, okay. She said, "Your door broke." I'm like, "No."
Lordy. I've
Oh
never
god,
seen I never seen my hubby run so fast when I went for him to open the door. He says, "Nope, I'm not opening the door." I said, fine, I go open the door for you. Y'all, when I went to go open the door, he ran around there so quick. He said, "You will never do that to me in public, ever."
oh god. Have you ever pumped the gas with him, Gina? Of course not.
No,
Oh, okay.
no. He tried to hurry up and get out. He get out before he cut the car off.
I'm just saying, you're a sorry man if you let your wife or your female pump the gas. You just sorry. It don't make no sense. I've seen a grown man sitting on the driver's side. I mean, I'm sorry, on the passenger side. The woman was driving. The woman got out and pumped gas. That man sitting his butt right in there looking at the phone doing set. That's one sorry dude I ever seen. He won't spend no money. It don't matter. The woman can spend the money. It's her car, but at least he can
Oh
get out
god.
and pump the gas. So
Oh god.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was her man, if it was her daddy, if it was a brother, if it was a nephew. Get your tail out and pump that gas.
I know.
exactly.
That's
So pumping gas is the end all be all for everybody.
that's
No,
like
I mean it's not end all be all, but
Gina
I
said.
think it teaches. I think it teaches chivalry.
It does. Yeah, that
Hey,
is. That is.
I think it teaches chivalry because it is almost dead. It's very rare to
Right.
see even young men get out and help a woman across the street or open up the door.
Right.
For an elderly lady, it's just like it's almost obsolete.
We in an age where women don't need no man, right?
Don't be like that, Abe. Mm-mm.
I'm just saying.
Well, when you
He
get
wants some smoke today.
okay, well, okay, well here's some steam then instead of smoke. Here's some steam. Dealing with that, Abe. There are women out there that don't need no help from no man. I've seen it. I done been through it. Like at work, I have this dominant lady that's a tech two, the same rank as I am. But dealing with me, I try to treat everybody the same at my job. So if they are in need of help and they cannot do their job at that time, we're supposed to be teammates. So I go finish my stuff and I see her lagging behind. I don't want us together get fussed out or chewed out or rolled up. So I go help do her area. So then when she get free from the nurses, she can go to the kitchen and the kitchen is done. And then she gonna leave me talking about, well, I had it. No, you didn't. You only had like 2 minutes to get it done. So if I'm your team, if I'm part of your team, I really have your back than us
That's
both
good.
get in trouble.
Right. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Or
we
it's like
talk-
dealing with the trash.
yeah.
Like dealing with the trash or whatever. Now I hate to say it. No, I don't hate to say it. Everybody that's on that worksheet to do their job, that's what they're assigned to. Them little women in there, oh, they're gonna take that trash out. They're assigned to it. But if they have more than what they can carry, I don't mind helping.
Right.
You see
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
That's
Right.
So
good.
then you got independent women like that. Like, I don't need your help. I can do this. And you stumbling, dropping trash all over the floor. You need some help. But so
Yeah,
Wow.
what I'm saying is they are out there.
I
Ask
know
them,
they are,
and they don't want any help. Let them go.
but I'm not. I'm not that type of woman. I'm
Well,
not, and I know
okay,
that they are. I know that there are those type of women. I
But
do.
he's
They hard too.
I see that James is coming from the aspect of occupation, but we talk about relationships, or this is what proves to be a woman, this is what proves to be a man. So
Mhm.
that's where I'm looking at, because when we're looking at when it boils down to it, somebody got to pump gas. I'm not saying that somebody has to do it or somebody is required to do it. What I'm just saying is that if it's going to deal with the relationship or whatever it is, make that decision on your own. I feel that I don't think me opening the door or taking off my coat so you can walk over a puddle proves to you that I'm a man. I don't.
Oh, I ain't doing that either.
So those things, I think those
Nah.
are things that are pretty much required, or that a woman is requiring for a man to do to prove to her that that I'm worthy to be a part or to be with you. So I think some of these things that we jump through hoops I don't think it's.
Yeah, and you're right. And Freddie said it. But if you can't keep that up, it's gonna be an issue, bro. It's like don't stop it, because if you can't keep it up, it's gonna be an issue.
Think about it. At the end of the day, most women feel like, shoot, they got all these restaurants around here. I don't have to cook every day. I don't have to cook like that. But then they meet a man who wants that dinner every single day hot out of the kitchen. So is that a deal breaker?
Oh, I'm cook for myself regardless.
But if you got a man who want that, you just got to you have to say, are you willing to step up to that? I mean, if you don't start cooking like that, and then once y'all get married, like I ain't cooking no more. Like wait, hold up. You got to let them know I'm not a cook. I can cook sometimes, but I'm not cooking every day. So if because it's okay for him to have that requirement, then he just need to have because some people like to cook every day. Some people that's just their thing. Right. Yeah, you just need if that's a deal breaker, don't go through it. Don't keep trying to press through it. Like, because then if you say it's okay, you don't have to, but in your mind you really haven't conceded on that. That's gonna be an issue later.
The famous words: if she can't cook, let her go.
James White. Oh my!
I mean, because the reason why I say that, because when you first get into a relationship, you will find that out if she can cook or not. Then you need to decide before you get married or get real close to this person, because either you're gonna cook for yourself or you're gonna help this person to learn how to cook, or y'all gonna cook together.
Right.
Or you're gonna spend a lot of money. So
you're gonna spend exactly.
If that little bit causes an argument, you need to find a solution. And then if you can't find a solution, don't get into it too much.
Don't get into it. Don't get into it. I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
But one thing that Pastor has always taught us is the word, how can two walk together
unless
they agree? And if those two parties agree with not cooking, then those that's on the outside, their opinions don't mean anything, because these two agree.
Yeah,
they agree.
Right. Yes. You can't let your parents
if she get out and pump the gas, if he don't open up the door,
he's still sorry.
But if you're right, if they agree on that, that's like, maybe that's her thing. She really, that might really be her thing. She really like pumping gas. It's amazing what people just like to do. There may be something she just enjoys doing. So it's like, but you're right, Freddie. But when we let people on the outside start to push us, like, man, if you can't marry that sorry dude if you still pumping gas, that ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. Because then you can lose the relationship. Because then that person, they done pushed you away from him, and he the one that's gonna take care of you. All of that, because your friends and the people outside said, "Man, that's just plain sorry that you got a sorry tail man who doing that." It's like, well, no, you don't know everything else. Because I hadn't paid no bills, I hadn't paid anything. Because he take care of me.
Okay, well, here comes the theme again. Well, see, it's just like this. Once you see one red flag, you might see a couple more to add up to a real big red flag.
Oh, it's coming. Yeah.
So you have to watch out for stuff like that. And just like people on the outside looking in, maybe they don't understand.
They don't.
Because some people like me, if I'm close to you, I'm like, I don't like how that man or that woman treating you. You need to find a solution and find a way how to get happy in your life with that relationship. Because it can go south real quick just for little stuff that you don't like.
That's true. You got to express that you don't like it. If you don't express that, that's going to be an issue.
If you don't say nothing, if you don't have a word, it's not going to be good for you.
Absolutely. I concur 1,000, y'all. Well, look, y'all, I know it's time. Lord have mercy. It's 9:07. This is another great night. Another great
Oh
night of
no,
relationship
it
maintenance.
ain't time yet.
Why you say that? Why you say that, Brother White?
Okay, we always got something to discuss.
I know,
Oh,
I
Lord.
know. I love it. I love it. But we'll be right back next Monday, right here at the
Yep.
same time. And so
Yeah.
great topic. Amen. So yeah, so I'm gonna let everybody start closing with their good nights on tonight.
Good night, everyone. Good night, WYRN and my RMF family. Thank you so much for the nuggets that yet I have obtained again and again. Apply what is good for you. Good night.
Good night.
Yes.
All right, everybody. I would just say, continue to use the tools that y'all are receiving from relationship maintenance, because all relationship does take maintenance. So let's
That's
continue
good.
to
Good.
build,
That's
grow
good.
together.
I
All right,
love it.
everybody. This is your boy James White, aka Blazing Cousin Wilson Hart, signing off. I just want to say, all men, be men. Don't be sorry. Do what you need to do, and and be careful out there, because your relationship is real important. Make sure you
Yeah,
find out the solution to your problems without using your hands. Thank you.
that's good, bro.
Well, keep telling if they don't need no Diet Coke. Tell them they don't need a Diet Coke. Tell them drink some water. Dude.
Oh my gosh.
They want to eat all that fried food. Go ahead and get a big old box of Smithfield chicken, and so you can eat that all week. Just go ahead and don't be waking up. Don't be waking me up. You got heartburn and everything else like that.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying?
Diabetes.
Keep on doing what you're gonna do. If you want to pump your gas, pump your gas. Make sure you wipe the windows too. Go get that.
Oh God.
Wipe the
Oh,
windows at the same time while you're at it. As a
not
matter of
eight.
fact, while you're doing that, go into the stove, go get me some Crunch Munch, and give me an apple juice. Bring them on back in here. That's what y'all
Yeah.
doing that.
Oh gosh. Oh God, that was hilarious. Hey,
That was
get a
good.
whole box of Smithfield chicken. You didn't say the 2 piece. You said the
A whole box of fried chicken. I hope you get heartburn. I hope you got acid reflux, GERD, get gout. I hope you
eat
get
the
gout.
whole 8 pieces.
Lord have mercy.
The whole 8 pieces. Oh my God, that's terrible.
You ain't lying.
Oh Lord.
Hey, like,
But
oh
on the
God,
real, I enjoyed it. I would
oh
say
God.
continue to let's have dominion together, not over each other. I think
Amen.
the most important thing, like everybody's saying, just have a voice, being able to speak and learn how to speak and learn. And not only that, learn how to listen. I think that's
Oh,
the
That's
most
good.
right.
important
How
thing.
about
Yes.
that?
So
Yes.
How
gracious,
about that?
everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all better
Yes, sir.
listen, y'all.
So no.
Oh my goodness! And then part we had a couple of listeners on Facebook. Thank y'all, son. We had a couple of listeners who joined us tonight. Thank y'all for joining in. And remember, y'all can always, I didn't give the number to you. Always can call in 516-597-9705. Again, anytime you want to call in, we're not the experts. We're just talking, man. So we, everybody who call in, you become an expert immediately. So on next Monday, remember, we'll make sure we get the number out at the beginning, 516-597-9705, or you can listen. We're streaming live. If you can't get on YouTube or Facebook, anything like that, you can definitely listen on via the internet at www.WYRN1480am.com. So we're streaming live as well. So I want to release with the priesthood blessing. Again, excellent topic tonight, as always, and we're keeping all of our other relationship maintenance family covered. Fraden and God, Lord, she's gonna get me. What's the name, Freddie? Who?
Tammy.
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 Thank you, Freddie. Frayden and Tammy, definitely keeping all of the family, all of y'all lifted up, Father, just
Yeah.
covering all of our relationship maintenance family, thinking that the circle remains unbroken. And Father, I thank you that everything good and everything that's wonderful happens to this relationship maintenance family as we've grown over the years. Keep them, Jehovah Rapha, keep them healed, Jehovah Jireh, keep them in the overflow, and Jehovah Shalom, keep them in peace in Jesus' name. Thank God for y'all family. And want to release everyone with the priest of blessing that's coming from Numbers chapter 6, verses 22 through 27. Be reading from the Amplified Bible, starting at verse 22. It says, Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, verse 23, Speak to Aaron and his sons, saying, This is the way you should bless the Israelites. Say to them, verse 24, The Lord bless you and keep you, protect you, sustain you, and guard you. Verse 25, The Lord make his face shine upon you with favor and be gracious to you, surrounding you with loving kindness. Verse 26, the Lord lift up his countenance, his face upon you with divine approval and give you peace, a tranquil heart, and life. Verse 27, so Aaron and his sons shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. And we're going to switch over to the best in old school R&B like we do every second and third Monday at this time. And looking forward. Come on, join us next week. Love you all. This is your brother, Pastor Russell Miles, saying thank you so much for joining us and look forward to seeing you next week. And you are listening to WYRN 1480 AM and W295DK 106.9 FM. Good night, fam. See you next week.
Good night, fam. Love you.
Good night.
Good night.
Goodbye.